Hello everyone, this is Jason Merkel with Horizon Hobby, and I'm here with an overview of the E-flite P-39 Airacobra 1.2 meter Warbird. So this is the latest addition to our 1.2 meter series of Warbirds, and it's something a lot of people have been asking us for. They wanted us to do something that was different than your traditional P-51 or P-47 or even T-28. And for those that aren't familiar, this was actually one of the principal fighters that was in service when the US entered World War II. What's innovative and unique about it was that it was designed around a centerline mounted cannon that came out the nose here. And it also had the engine mounted back here with a drive shaft to the front. Something else that was unique about it is that it was the first fighter with tricycle landing gear, which we'll get to here in a moment. And like a lot of our 1.2 meter Warbirds, we've got a lot of scale detail, a lot of surface detail. You guys can see here, panel lines molded in, hatches and different other details. We got a pitot tube, an antenna. Of course, we have the exhaust stacks molded in. And then on top of those features, we've got some functional scale features. You guys can see the 3-blade prop up front. We've got electric retracts. We also have split flaps. And then like a lot of our E-flite models, this one does have a 3S and 4S compatible power system. There's no modifications required, no upgrades required, no prop change. Basically, you can drop in a 3-cell, fly it, and then drop in a 4-cell, and it makes no difference. Although, that said, it does make a difference in performance. So with the 3S battery, the performance is great. It's fantastic. You've got plenty of power, plenty of speed, good thrust, good vertical. You do not need a 4-cell battery to enjoy this. That said, if you do install a 4-cell battery, it does kick things up a notch. So with the 4-cell battery installed, this is actually our fastest Warbird yet. And so in a slight dive, it can get upwards of 90+ miles per hour, which is pretty darn impressive. And then flight times on a, say, 2200 to 3000 milliamp battery are anywhere from 4 to 8 minutes. That's somewhat dependent on the performance of your battery, your flying style, how much full throttle you use. We are showing the Spectrum Smart Lipos here. We've got the 2230C milliamp batteries. There are plenty for this model. And what's great about these batteries, for those that don't know, is they actually have the option to self-discharge. So for example, you charge all your batteries, you go to the field, you only fly half of them, you'd kind of have to rush home and then take the other half that you didn't fly and discharge them down to storage voltage. These will actually do that for you automatically. You can set it so they self-discharge within a day or 2 days or 3 days. They'll self-discharge down to storage voltage. Of course, they're compatible with our new smart chargers as well. What's great about using the two together is when you plug the battery in, the charger knows the cell count, the capacity. You can tell it to automatically charge at 1C or 2C or 3C, and it does all that for you. That said, you don't have to use a smart charger with the smart batteries, and then vice versa. You can use a smart charger with regular batteries. So it's a great option to start buying smart batteries now, maybe change to a smart charger later on. The batteries do have an IC3 connector installed. The airplane comes with the ESC with an EC3 connector installed, but those connectors are compatible. So it's great having that 3S and 4S compatibility right out of the box. And again, the performance on both is great, but the performance on 4S is really exciting. So it is set up for 6 channels out of the box. We've got your typical throttle, elevator, ailerons. We have rudder and then nose gear steering as well. It's 2 separate servos that are Y-harnessed together. And then you've got your electric retracts and your split flaps. So if you want to use SAFE Select, which is an option with the BNF Basic version, you can use a 6-channel transmitter. You just have to tie SAFE Select to your flap channel. So when your flaps are down, SAFE Select is active, flaps are up, it's off. A lot of guys will use then their flaps down for takeoff and landing, so they have SAFE Select active then, or if they need to bail out of a maneuver, they can just throw the flaps down quick. And so that's a nice option. That said, this is a good opportunity to potentially upgrade to an 8-channel transmitter. More and more of our models are going to have these extra features, and then of course we're going to have that optional use SAFE Select in there. And if you want to put it on a separate channel, you're going to need a minimum of 7 channels for this model. An 8-channel transmitter like this DX80 is even better. So again, the benefit there is you can have a separate switch to control SAFE Select. And so the airplane does come out of the box with pretty much everything installed for you. The motor, the ESC already installed. You've got 7 servos that are factory installed. If you buy the BNF Basic version, it does come with a Spectrum AR636 receiver installed. And then of course the plug and play version does not have that. And so what's really great about it though is that it bolts together. It goes together very, very quickly. Because all that's installed for you, because it's already factory, mostly factory finished for you, you can basically have it ready in the time it takes to charge a battery. So the tail bolts on, the wing bolts on, it's about a half dozen bolts total. Super super simple assembly. What's really exciting too is that we've got the hands-free connection system in the wing and fuselage. And so basically when you join the two together, you don't have to worry about fiddling with connectors and extensions for the servos, the retract connections. You just slide the wing into the fuselage, makes a positive connection, you drop a couple of bolts in and you're ready to go. And then as you guys can see here, we've got a pretty good size airplane, but that said, it's relatively easy to transport in one piece, either in the trunk of a car, backseat of a car, obviously small SUV, no problem. But if you do need to remove the wing, it is very easy to do. So in addition to those features, we again have those functional features like retracts and flaps. I'm going to show you guys that in action here. So here are the retracts. They're electric, very simple operation, very reliable operation. And then we also have here the split flaps. Those look great. And then also on the bottom here, you've got this removable drop tank. So to remove it, it's very simple. You just kind of slide it off of here and that's it. So you can fly with or without it very easily. So yeah, we've got a great looking airplane that goes together fast. It's unique subject matter. We're very excited to have this in the lineup because it is very different than anything we've had. We also have this really cool camo trim scheme, the Walleye 2. This was a model flown by Lieutenant Eugene Wall. And so it's a really great addition to our lineup. Something again that offers a different experience in part because of the way it looks, the way it handles, that tricycle landing gear. So for someone who is a less experienced pilot, the tricycle landing gear does help with ground handling. You know, most Warbirds are tail draggers. That can be a little bit difficult for some people to handle on the ground, but this one is even easier for that. And then if you buy the BNF Basic version and you have SAFE Select, the benefit there is that this could potentially be a great first Warbird model. So if you've flown a trainer successfully, you can fly it no problem. You've flown in maybe a low wing sport airplane or even a high wing, high performance airplane. If you buy the BNF Basic version of this and you utilize SAFE Select, this could be a great first Warbird model. For an experienced pilot, you don't have to use SAFE Select, or you can buy the plug and play version. It flies phenomenal. It really is a great, just true flying, solid flying airplane. It looks great in the air. It's got really great performance, especially on 4S. And so it's something that I think a lot of guys, when they learn about this as subject matter, they're going to find it very interesting. Not everybody knows this model or knows it very well, but we're really happy to have it in the lineup. It will be available around the end of April 2019 in the US, a little bit later worldwide. The BNF Basic version will be available for $279.99, so $280 US. The plug and play version is about $30 less, so $249.99 or $250 US. And again, that includes a lot of great features, super easy to put together, really great flight performance. And again, we're really excited to have it in the lineup. Thank you.